Let's go everyone, we can beat them. Why do we keep losing? Thea, are you using your silence?
I tried. It's not working.
Leon, are you using your charm attack?
They're immune to my charms.
Jorgen, can't you control their energy?
I can't do it. Sebastian is just too strong.
Has Sebastian really ruined the meta for control heroes?
Step aside, everyone. The true master of control is here.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in this video, I want to talk about a nice, new, fresh counter to the hero Sebastian. Now, this is for the Facebook and web version of the game, but on some levels, it does work on mobile as well. But just know, mobile players, this video is focused at the browser version of the game. Now, when Sebastian was added in Winterfest of like 2019, 2020, I believe, we had no idea just how impactful this Spoony Bard was going to be on the quote-unquote meta, or what you see day to day, what the most efficient tactic available is. Whenever you're looking at Sebastian and you're considering his use cases in various teams on offense and on defense, there's really two reasons to bring this guy along. The first, and the reason that he was made, was to boost the damage output of physical attack teams, specifically critical hit teams. You have this ability right here, increases the critical hit chance for all allies that have the stat, and then you have this right here. All critical hits now deal extra pure damage while they're affected by this green ability. Now the cool thing is Sebastian has his own critical hit chance artifact weapon, so everybody on your team, even physical attack heroes that do not have critical hit, like Kark, for example, can gain critical hit stat for a while and thus gain additional critical hit with this green ability, and then furthermore gain bonus pure damage from this ability right here. So bringing Sebastian to boost the damage output of your physical attacking teams is one reason why you bring Sebastian. Another huge reason why most people use Sebastian on defense is from his ability to remove and block debuffs from being applied from your team. It removes all active debuffs, and then it blocks the next 15 that are attempted to be applied to your team. And in combination with the Violet ability, which allows Sebastian to start a fight with basically half of his energy bar full, usually Sebastian is using his ultimate ability before anybody else. Only in very rare occasions does he not use his ultimate ability before everybody else. By the time your control heroes like Jorgen or Leon or Thea are able to use their debuffs, their silences, their charms, their energy management, Sebastian already has his Ode to Serenity applied to the enemy team, and your debuffs just don't work. This has made Jorgen basically worthless in the meta over the last year to 2 years, and I've made a video about why I feel like Jorgen is so bad on Hero Wars Facebook and web right now, because you just see Sebastians everywhere on defense. And if you plug Jorgen in on defense, the attacking team can just bring a Sebastian and almost completely nullify one of your 5 heroes. It's not a great feeling at all. So Sebastian is very, very strong, so much so that people are plugging him into basically every lineup they have. For example, you're seeing him in a lot of Twins teams. Aurora, Twins, Sebastian, Celeste is a pretty common team that I see a lot on my server nowadays. Obviously, there's no physical attacking heroes in this lineup. Obviously, there's no critical hit heroes in this lineup. Sebastian is purely here to block his team from debuffs, right? Maybe he can provide a little bit of bonus critical hit to basic attacks, but that's not why you bring Sebastian in a team like this. So with those two use cases in mind, you're seeing Sebastian everywhere. Physical teams, non-physical teams. How do you nullify this hero? Well, on February 22nd, Judge was improved, and while it wasn't immediately obvious why some of his skills were listed as such, after a little bit of thought and some conversations with my Discord, a link to my Discord is in the description box down below, by the way, if you want to join the conversation. We were taking a look at some of these abilities, like this interference generator. Each electric jolt of the Ion Cyclone slows enemies for 1 second, and the Ion Cyclone is this attack right here. Just to clear it up, this this ability will hit all enemies 4 times. So if there are 5 enemy heroes, it will attack 20 times total. 4 times 5 is 20. Each time it hits one of those enemies, it's slowing them for 1 second. And I was like, why is a 1 second slow really that big of a deal? Like, really, why does it matter? And then you take a look at this Ascension skill right here, and you have this additional 2 hits on top of it once you of course, rank up Judge's Ascension tree all the way up, which nobody has done that yet. This adds an additional 2 more attacks for a total of 30 total attacks on the enemy team if they have 5 players. And these 2 additional attacks stun for 1 second. And again, I was like, why are we only stunning for 1 second? And then you have this ability right here that modifies Judge's green shield ability. This is the shield that gets on the allied tank or the allied frontline hero, just blocks damage for a little while. It's modified that whenever the shield breaks, it stuns nearby enemies for a half a second. So again, I was like, why only a half of a second? Like, why does it really, like, what's the use of a 0.5 second stun? Well, all of those count as debuffs, and if you take back a look at Sebastian's skill, his blocks 15 debuffs. So it removes all stun effects, removes all silence effects, removes all slow effects, all of those debuffs, energy manipulation from Jorgen, watermarks from the twins, Foxfire marks from Satori. It removes 15 until he can ult again, which, Sebastian kind of stands far back, so he doesn't ult that often. And this ability, while not doing a ton of damage, this ability alone is overwhelming that Sebastian. Now, add in a nice little damage shield, a little bit of self-preservation with the hologram ability. Judge could be the hardest of hard counters for Sebastian. Now, the little skit at the beginning of this video was a fun little thing that I threw together. It's not going to work every time, and obviously the team that I was using on offense wasn't the most optimized team, especially to go up against a twins team. But the fact remains, Judge here has enough magic penetration by himself that he does not need support. He's kind of like Orion in that regard, or Lars in that regard. Does not need additional magic penetration artifacts to be effective. So you can just drop Judge into any team that relies on control. I'm definitely going to be using him a little bit in my Leon team. I'm going to consider using Jorgen again now that Judge is a thing. I'm not saying that you need to level up Judge in order to specifically counter Sebastian's. I'm just saying if you are having trouble with Sebastian's with your team, and you're thinking about leveling a new team instead, consider leveling up Judge, giving him a try, do some testing with it. That's what max testing is there for. Is this new Judge overpowered? I don't think so, but he's definitely a hard counter to Sebastian. If you are curious about my thoughts on the Judge rework before and after, I'm going to put the video on screen now. And if you're curious about other ways to counter Aurora and the twins, the video on the right will help you out as well. We live stream Monday through Friday. Hope to see you there. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.